Now, Good Morning Northwest, the Moscow murders. This morning, police are looking for some specific information from the public.
Freezing drizzle and fog could make the commute icy and dangerous in places, certainly as untreated roadways. And we've got some snow inbound. We'll tell you how much coming up.
And you may see this billboard while driving down Division this morning. You'll learn the heartbreak behind it. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for being with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. It is Tuesday, December the 6th. Mark Peterson is here with a look at that first alert forecast and why you might want to be a little careful on the roads this morning.
So we see the fog and really drizzle coming out of this low cloud deck, but no snow coming onto the roadways. We're not expecting snow, but again, that falls will freeze on those untreated roads. We're sitting at 23 degrees right now, so we've warmed up a touch. The winter weather advisory goes in effect, and from Lewiston all the way to the Canadian line, North Idaho as well. That goes till noon today when we finally get a little bit of heat. So the 4 things you need to know. Winter weather advisory. Again, be careful as you're driving. Freezing drizzle and fog on those untreated roadways. And we're going to see that continue through not only today, but tomorrow morning again. And then on Thursday, we're expecting snow 1 to 4 inches. The radar picking up a few light flurries around the region. So be aware of that as this cloud deck begins to really sort of lose its shape. We're seeing it move west along Highway 2. Here's your forecast. We're going to have that fog in the morning. By mid-morning, not so much 26. Our high today is going to be 29 with fog returning later on tonight.
All right, the Bonner County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help finding 17-year-old Odessa Harris. She is said to be driving an older blue and gray Chevy pickup. It's the one pictured here. Odessa is 5'7", about 140 pounds, with brown eyes and brown hair. She was last seen leaving a residence in Priest River, driving that Chevy truck, and with information is asked to call Bonner County Dispatch. Well, a call for help from Moscow police again. Detectives are putting together timelines for each of the 4 students murdered more than 3 weeks ago.
Detectives are specifically asking for information about what Ethan Chapin and Xana Kernodle were doing the night of the murders. Sydney Charles is live at the Breaking Now desk with the latest details.
Robin, detectives continue to follow any information about what Ethan and Xana were doing from 9:00 p.m. to 1:45 a.m. on the night they were killed. Detectives are still saying that they believe the couple was at a party near Xana's house, but some of the details are murky. Ethan and Xana are believed to have started their night right here at the Sigma Chi fraternity house around 9:00 p.m. and later arrived at the house at 1:45 a.m. But police continue to investigate what occurred between that time frame. It remains unclear when they left the fraternity, what direction they took to get home, and if anything suspicious happened at the party. Aaron Snell with Idaho State Police is asking for any photos and videos from anyone who attended the party that night, regardless of what was taking place.
We want to know maybe if something occurred at the house, maybe on the way home, which direction was taken home. All those various things are important, we believe, to the investigation. There might be something there that will lead us in the right direction.
And there have been reports circulating that Kaylee Gonsalvez's injuries were significantly more severe than the other victims in the house that night. Idaho State Police says information like that hasn't been released to the public or the families of the victims. Meanwhile, in an update released by Moscow Police yesterday, detectives continue to investigate other developments in the case, including if Kaylee had a stalker. This is that update right here on your screen. Police say they've identified an incident that could have been the stalker Kaylee referenced to friends and family. 2 men were seen inside a local Moscow business mid-October. These men parted ways, and 1 man followed Kaylee as she entered the business. As Kaylee left the establishment, the man followed her but turned away as she made her way to the car. The man did not appear to make contact with her. Moscow police say, quote, based on available information, detectives believe this was an isolated incident and not an ongoing pattern of stalking, and that no evidence suggests the 2 males were involved in the murders. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
New on Good Morning Northwest, Spokane City Council voted to pass a fair meal delivery ordinance in order to help local businesses compete on food delivery platforms. The ordinance requires those platforms to offer local restaurants a 15% commission option. Councilmember Zach Sapone said the new ordinance assures and supports our local small businesses who are currently losing money on every transaction with these large third-party delivery platforms. The ordinance is modeled after similar legislation in Seattle and Minneapolis.
Also new this morning, the City Council of Airway Heights voted last night to reduce the level of public services it provides to the Kalispel tribe. The council cited more than $1.5 million in contract payments the tribe already owes, saying the city cannot afford to subsidize the high volume of police and fire calls coming from tribal property. The Kalispel tribe owns 40 acres of land for its casino operations and 250 acres of land within the city limits allocated for commercial, residential, and industrial uses. So starting December 31st, the city will only respond to police, fire, and emergency calls from tribal property where there's an imminent threat to human life.
A billboard stands at the corner of Division and Garland in Spokane, reading #fentanyl awareness. Nearby, Sharon Murphin held a fentanyl awareness event. Her 17-month-old grandchild named Serenity died after getting into fentanyl pills that her father was using.
We need more awareness. We need more people to talk about the dangers. Our community needs to come together.
She says it's scary because people who die from fentanyl are often young and healthy. And she's not alone grieving a loved one lost to this drug.
Shortly after going home, I was holding my daughter in my arms on the floor of our bathroom, and she was lifeless.
Bob Putnam still remembers the day he lost his daughter Gabby. He says it's easy for people to bury their heads in the sand and not recognize that this can happen to anyone. If you would like to help bring awareness or learn more about the fentanyl epidemic, you can find more information on KXLY.com.
Yeah, it's some real scary stuff. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:06.
Mark is back talking about what you might encounter this morning.
Got some dense fog. Highway 2 heading out to Reardon, Davenport. Some of that could be freezing to those roadways, creating those slick and slippery surfaces, both walking and driving, glazing over the highways. We've got, again, some light drizzle in downtown Spokane. We'll have a full check of the forecast coming up.
Well, if you're still looking for holiday gifts, hey, who isn't at this point of the year? We've got you covered. Coming up, we'll show you gifts that are good for you and great for the environment.
And it is decision day. Voters are deciding that neck-and-neck Georgia Senate race. Coming up, just how important this race is for the whole country when we come back.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Coeur d'Alene Wigs not only has a large selection of new and updated styles, we offer refurbishing and repairs on your current wig. Let Jennifer and Sandy at Coeur d'Alene Wigs help you have that great hair day every day. Appointments recommended.
The big New Year's Eve party is at Chewelah Casino with 3 sets of cash drawings. Play your favorite games to earn your entries for your chance to win your share of over $15,000 in cash prizes. And every Saturday, you could earn bonus entries just by playing with your Sun Club card. Party, play, and win on December 31st during our 3 sets of drawings. Dance in the new year with cash prizes at Chewelah Casino. Learn more at ChewelahCasino.com.
As your North Idaho pharmacy, we take pride in knowing our customers and their needs. You won't find that online. We'll help you transfer your prescriptions here. Why wait days to get your meds delivered by mail? At Medicine Man Hayden, you can use your smartphone, online, or with a phone call.
At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we care about you and your health.
At the Salvation Army, a rent check isn't just a rent check. It's a hangout, a safe haven, a sanctuary, a place to grow and grow closer, a treasured past and plans for the future. With your gift, families know that wherever they go, they can always come back home.
It's time to say yes to your healthcare story. The Washington Health Plan Finder helps you find new health plan options like Cascade Care. These plans cover primary care visits, mental health services, and generic drugs all before meeting a deductible. Start your next chapter off right by enrolling in your 2023 health plan at wahealthplanfinder.org. Don't wait until it's too late. Enroll now.
Coeur d'Alene Wigs not only has a large selection of new and updated styles, we offer refurbishing and repairs on your current wig. Let Jennifer and Sandy at Coeur d'Alene Wigs help you have that great hair day every day. Appointments recommended.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Sweet Palace and Sapphire Jewelry in Phillipsburg, Montana.
Welcome back. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. It's Election Day in the Georgia runoff race for U.S. Senate between Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock and Republican challenger Herschel Walker.
After an impressive early voting period, voters in Georgia will head to the polls today to cast their ballots in what is expected to be a tight race, with both parties and allied groups pouring tens of millions of dollars into a contest that will shape the balance of power in the Senate over the next 2 years. While Democrats have already clinched control of the chamber, a victory for Warnock would give Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer a vote to spare and prevent any single lawmaker from possibly holding up the passage of legislation.
In Colombia, 34 people are dead in landslides caused by heavy rainfall, many of them buried alive while riding on a bus. One person who was rescued was a 7-year-old girl found still holding onto her mother, who did not survive. Colombia's president has placed the entire nation on high alert, meaning rescue workers are standing by in case rains cause more havoc in the coming days.
Indonesia has passed a sweeping new criminal code banning sex outside of marriage. People there could now face a year in prison if they're found guilty. The new code bans cohabitation between unmarried couples and also applies to foreigners, prompting some worries that the law may scare away tourists from its tropical destinations such as Bali. The law has support from all political parties and will be implemented within the next 3 years.
All right, good morning. The 10-second takeaway. Oh, patchy freezing fog and that drizzle that's out there in downtown right now. So grabbing your winter gear, being cautious when you're driving. Our high today, just 29 degrees.
Well, this week, 4 News Now and the Salvation Army want to make sure no one in our community goes without a gift under the tree. You can drop off a toy on Friday at any Spokane or Spokane Valley Fred Meyer store, and the Salvation Army will make sure it gets to someone in need. Gifts should be unwrapped. You can even buy them right there at the store if you like. You can shop for people of all ages, actually, from newborns to vulnerable senior citizens. That toy drive is from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Friday. You can find more information and the exact store locations on our website at kxoy.com. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:12.
Well, first, it was a shortage of children's antibiotics in the thick of cold and flu season. Well, now we're hearing of a shortage of children's painkillers and fever reducers. Why? And the struggle to make more after the break.
Plus, are you looking for a thoughtful Christmas gift that are kind to the environment? Esther Bauer is checking out just the place. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest.
4 News Now is brought to you by Super One Foods.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors. 24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know I am. I just want you to know I am.
Spokane Valley Summer Theater presents Home for the Holidays, a big band Christmas, December 16 through 18, featuring 35 regional professional musicians and singers. A family-friendly show with 22 classic numbers, including It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, Silent Night, All I Want for Christmas, and more. Performances at University High School Theater, Spokane Valley. For tickets, svsummertheater.com or call 509-368-7897.
Elite Tire and Suspension is your premier tire and suspension shop. From heavy machinery to your tricked-out truck to the family rig, Elite Tire and Suspension can do it all. They have top-notch customer service, the best warranty in town, and easy financing. Their experienced team will keep you on the road with correct tires, suspension, and alignment. They make sure you and your family are safe and happy with the work they perform. Call or click today or stop in anytime. No appointments necessary. Elite Tire and Suspension in Coeur d'Alene and Ponderay.
The mood is right, the spirit's up. We're here tonight, and that's enough. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors. 24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
All right, welcome back. As a majority of the U.S. is experiencing high levels of respiratory viruses, certain over-the-counter children's painkillers are becoming harder to find.
It's leaving some stores' shelves empty. Drug maker Johnson & Johnson said in a statement it's experiencing high demand and running production sites 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to maximize production capacity. The short supply comes as an urgent call is being made for federal health officials to help strained hospitals deal with the rise in children's respiratory illnesses.
Nightmare for thousands and thousands and thousands.
The U.S. Food and Drug Administration says it is continuing to monitor supplies of acetaminophen or Tylenol and ibuprofen or Advil very closely, saying it is working with the manufacturers to increase production and meet demand.
All right, you're taking a look outside once again, a little bit of fog. You might have some, slick spots on your morning commute today.
Yeah, indeed. And Mark is here showing us what else we're seeing.
So Coeur d'Alene right now is in pretty fair shape. They don't have that low cloud deck. It is as you get east of Kellogg on I-90 that you see some of that dense fog. For us, it is down and socked into Spokane with drizzle coming out of that cloud and then some of that freezing to those untreated roads and sidewalks. So take it easy because it's put a glaze over that. 29 and freezing drizzle for today. We are going to see the winter advisory continue through noon today because of these conditions. 22 tonight, dense freezing fog again, and that's going to be tomorrow morning's commute. That's Wednesday. So we'll talk more about then what comes at the heels of that in just a moment. We look at the forecast radar, and it's really this cloud deck that's going to stick with us. Nothing real organized. No snow from the higher elevations. It's all low elevation, ground level that's coming out a mist or crystals. Looks like snow. Feels like snow, but it's not truly snow. We look at the northern plains, and winter is hitting hard into the Dakotas all the way to Minnesota, Montana included with that. They're expecting another several inches of snow into the Billings area today. And then that cold air goes all the way into the Midwest with stormy, rainy conditions into New England. So back to the Northwest. Winthrop continues to be the cold spot at 8 below zero. 23 Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 24 into St. Mary's. Those are the current temperatures. That 72-hour forecast has us sticking in the same pattern through Wednesday. And Wednesday, 11 o'clock, now we see this next system come ashore. That's going to push snow into the Cascades and then eastern Washington for tomorrow afternoon. And about 1, 2 o'clock, we'll start to see that snow. It'll roll through by the evening, and we're expecting 1 to 4 inches of snow, depending as that continues to move out. And then scattered flurries after that will continue through the weekend. It's going to get a little weird. So we just really need to be prepared for winter conditions all weekend long. Right now, temperatures expecting to be into the low 30s as you get into downtown, but 29 officially. Deer Park at 27, 30 into Spangle. We look at our planning forecast. Planning on a consistent freezing mark Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So we could see in some areas lower elevations that thaw, freeze pattern. Also, the chance of flurries and light snow showers Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. But Thursday looks to be the best chance of seeing more shovelable snow.
Shovelable.
Yeah, that word. That in which you have a snowblower. Hopefully 1 to 4 inches of snow on Thursday. So we have the slippery conditions this morning and tomorrow morning, and then the snowy afternoon on Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, of course, because that's the day that my daughter, I'm helping her move to a new apartment. Of course, that's the day.
All right. Well, more people are more wasteful this time of year. Researchers at Stanford say between Thanksgiving and the New Year, people throw away about 25% more trash.
That equals about 25 million extra tons of garbage. A local business wants to change this trend during the holidays and beyond. Esther Bauer is live this morning at Spokane Refillery with sustainable gift-giving ideas.
Good morning, guys. Yes, this shop is in downtown Spokane, and it's a pretty small shop, but it fits a lot of stuff into it. And I'll tell you what, I think the body part that is most awake for all of us is our nose. We are just sniffing everything in this shop, and Hannah Nelson owns it. Hannah, thank you for being with us today. So talk with us about Spokane Refillery. What exactly is this shop?
So we are here for the community to help reduce their plastic footprint. They can refill any container. Everything is natural, biodegradable, sulfate-free, paraben-free. We have just about everything you would need for household and personal use.
Yeah, and we're showing you this wall. I mean, there is so much on this wall, and if I were new to this and new to refilling, what would I do? I would come in and I'd bring
any container you want to use. We also have containers you can take. We'll weigh your container, you'll fill it, we'll weigh it again, and then you'll just pay for your product, not your packaging.
Awesome. And then you keep using that same one so you're not throwing stuff out. Yep. Less trips to the dumpster, which sounds good to me. So we're going to get into some amazing holiday gifts. If you have someone in your life who loves to lather up with creams, bath bombs, all that fun stuff, we're going to show you some options here coming up soon. Guys, back to you.
Some pretty cool stuff there.
Yeah,
Esther
no doubt.
thinks. It's now 6:21. Hundreds of college football players have entered the transfer portal. We'll tell you which Cougs are searching for a new school.
And Gonzaga got a scare from the Kent State Golden Flashes last night, trailing by as many as 4 points in the second half. How All-American Drew Timme helped save the day. It's next in sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
The best way to reduce your risk from COVID is keeping up on your vaccines and boosters and making sure your whole family is fully vaccinated and boosted too. Because the little things we do to take care of each other make a big difference.
What is a jewelry design center? It's a diamond superstore, a center for engagement rings, wedding bands, and anniversary rings, a showroom with unique creations as well as award-winning designers. A fun, comfortable, no-pressure place where you're free to make big, small, or even no decisions at all. We are not your average jewelry store. We are Jewelry Design Center, and we want to be your jeweler for life.
Bi-Mart's latest savings book is out now and filled with 20 pages of great store-wide savings. Inside, you'll find great savings in every department, including a 55-inch 4K Philips TV for just $299.99 in electronics and 30% off all socks and slippers and clothing. Plus, don't forget to pick up a Bi-Mart gift card. They're the perfect stocking stuffer. Our employee owners are bringing you more Christmas savings and value every day this holiday season. Bi-Mart, where your membership matters.
Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning is your family-owned and operated #1 HVAC contractor in the Northwest. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning would like to introduce our own carbon reduction program. Buy a new energy-efficient furnace from Bill's Heating and receive a matching air conditioner with installation absolutely free. No hidden fees, no conditions, no exceptions. Buy a furnace, get a free AC from Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call today for estimates and repairs.
Browning Pro Steel Safes offer industry-leading storage solutions with fully adjustable shelving, high-capacity barrel racks, and patented door storage. Your adventure begins and ends with Browning Pro Steel Safes.
Available at Safe and Vault store in the Spokane Valley.
A 4 News Now Weather Alert Day.
Because of the high impact that this snow is going to have.
29 school delays and closures already.
Trust 4 News Now to keep you safe on air, online, and on the app. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
Welcome into Morning Sports. I'm Julian Minnesone. Gonzaga basketball is in unusual territory. The Bulldogs are number 18 in the AP poll. That's the program's lowest ranking since the 2017-2018 season. Another loss could knock Gonzaga out of the top 25. The Bulldogs also won 68 straight home games. Going into the matchup against Kent State, that streak was in jeopardy. Drew Timme, though, he finds Anton Watson for the slam. Gonzaga led by 6 at halftime, but Kent State gave the Zags all they could handle. Jalen Sullinger with the acrobatic lay-in. Kent State actually took a 4-point lead late in the second half. That's when the clocks turned to Timme time. Timme with the drive and the floater right here, and then on the other end, Zags up by 1. Here's Timme with the big-time block. Gonzaga would ice the game at the foul line on the other end. Gonzaga survives 73-66. Timme finishes with 29 points and a career-high 17 rebounds. The Bulldogs will host Washington Friday at 6. And former Gonzaga basketball star Kelly Olynyk had his jersey retired before the game. Olynyk led the Bulldogs to their first ever AP #1 ranking and a top seed in the NCAA tournament during the 2013 season. Olynyk is a 12-year NBA vet who currently plays for the Utah Jazz. Washington State football had a number of players enter the transfer portal. Most notable, wide receivers Dejon Stribling and Donovan Ollie. Stribling was Washington State's top receiver this season, recording more than 600 yards. Ollie tallied just under 500 yards with 3 touchdowns this year. Stribling and Ollie are both sophomores with 2 years of eligibility remaining. And that will wrap us up for morning sports.
Okay, don't be scared by the portal, because it kind of scares some people.
It's bad at first, but then it gives later.
Yeah, that's right. It gives back. It's now 6:26.
All right, before we head into the break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, the Royal Rift could be widening again.
It's really hard to look back on it now and go, what on earth happened?
Just 2 days into the premiere of Harry and Meghan's new documentary, the fallout is already here.
There was a war against Meghan to suit other people's agendas.
It's about hatred. It's about race. It's a dirty game.
The 6-part series promising to reveal untold secrets of their exit from royal life.
There's a hierarchy of the family. You know, there's leaking, but there's also planting of stories. No one knows the full truth. We know the full truth.
But why is the series already the source of criticism?
I realized they're never going to protect you.
I was terrified.
It's all coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Trevor Ault, ABC News, New York.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Save your green! Have you had your furnace checked out this year? Now's the time to get our best deal. We have certified technicians available this week to get a safety tune-up for only $99.
324-7884 Spokane Comfort Systems.
For over 25 years, Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been your choice for the best in floor covering for your home or business. Dream it, design it, live it. Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet, North Idaho's premier flooring store.
Every holiday season, Marine Corps Reserve Toys for Tots collects thousands of toys for less fortunate children during the Christmas holidays.
We're thankful for all our donations and all our wonderful volunteers who bring joy to children during our 75th anniversary of Toys for Tots.
Numerica Credit Union is honored to partner with organizations like Toys for Tots as they work to enhance lives, fulfill dreams, and build communities.
Check out more organizations that make our community stronger at numericacu.com.
The doctor will see you now. But do they really?
Do they see all that you are? At Kaiser Permanente, all of us work together to care for all that is you. Kaiser Permanente.
Are you afraid your furnace won't last much longer? Does it make weird noises? Don't wait. We have certified technicians available this week for our $99 safety tune-up special.
324-7884 Spokane Comfort Systems.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
We start this half hour of Good Morning Northwest with the 4 News Now story tracker.
Hawaii's National Guard has been activated as lava from the eruption of Mauna Loa edges closer to a critical highway. The fountains of lava shooting from the volcano for the past week aren't threatening communities or property, but the direction of the flow could shut down parts of the highway that link the east and west sides of the Big Island. Still, many are flocking to see the rare sight of Mauna Loa spewing lava at the same time as Kilauea, which has been erupting since last year.
2 familiar faces have been taken off the air at GMA. Amy Robach and TJ Holmes, co-hosts of GMA 3, recently disclosed a romantic relationship. Network president Kim Godwin says although the relationship is not a violation of company policy, she acknowledged it had become a distraction and has decided to, quote, take Amy and TJ off the air while we figure this out. Last week, the Daily Mail reported the 2 anchors had secretly engaged in a months-long romance, publishing photos of the pair together.
Well, Good Morning Northwest, I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Tuesday, December 6th. We want to get you right over to Mark and your first alert forecast with a winter weather advisory.
Yeah, eastern Washington, North Idaho, due to the low clouds and the potential for freezing fog. We're seeing that really to the west of Spokane and to the south. Also reports around Ritzville that mist is starting to freeze to the roadways, creating slippery roads. So that's happening in those untreated roads, stairwells, things like that. So the winter weather advisory and part of the 4 things. Freezing drizzle. Please use caution when you're out. The slick, untreated roads, the bridge decks in the outlying areas, certainly. The treated roads are going to be better. But then we see another hit on Thursday with snow moving in, and we're expecting 1 to 4 inches. Right now in Spokane, you can see the fog. We're sitting at 23 degrees, winds to 9 miles an hour, adding a bit of a wind chill. And again, this is a mist in downtown. So the radar picking up some echoes that are now rolling through the area, and that's north to Deer Park, south into Cheney. And we're going to see that along I-90 and Highway 2 as you're heading out towards areas of Important and Reardon and such. And so that's what we're going to be seeing with that low cloud deck sitting there. Over the next 12 hours, we'll break out of this. By midday, we'll be at 26. Our high today, 29, with the potential for low clouds into the afternoon and, more importantly, overnight into tomorrow morning.
From the Breaking Now desk, today is the nation's final Senate race. Right now, a high-stakes Senate runoff race is underway between incumbent Senator Raphael Warnock and Republican challenger Herschel Walker. Though Democrats already hold a Senate majority, both parties are calling Georgia a must-win. Record-breaking early turnout in Georgia suggests voters are energized. With more than 1.8 million voters casting early ballots, both candidates are banking on high turnout today.
This is about turnout, and now that means that we got to get in the game.
And each candidate had leaders of each party back their respective campaigns. Former President Trump holding a tele-rally for Walker and President Biden touting Warnock's record in an Atlanta radio interview. Now it's all in the hands of voters today. Right now, early voting suggests that the advantage is in the hands of Democrats, but high turnout from Republicans today could cut into that lead. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
The future is still uncertain for renters and landlords in Spokane.
Yeah, a vote that would have established a new protection program was deferred to January. The program would change how landlords do background and credit checks. Supporters say the program would make the rental application easier with a universal background and credit check. Landlords could still use their own checks, but tenants would not have to pay for them. Kathy Nichols of River City Management says she knows the landlords she works with would want to conduct their own screenings.
And that's the whole complaint of tenants, is they can't afford the rents that are out there now. But if you start to charge owners to get a business license, which is about $215, I think, a year, and a $10 every time they have a vacancy, they're just going to pass that along to the tenant, and it's going to increase rents.
And Nichols also says there's a set of guidelines and ethics landlords already follow. The city's code enforcement could also do routine inspections. Nichols says her landlords already do annual inspections. Well, Catholic Charities Catalyst Housing opened its doors to the public yesterday. City and state leaders hope it is the start to closing down Camp Hope.
Governor Inslee was in town for a visit and toured the facility. He says this is exactly what Washington needs, a step toward ending the homeless crisis.
This Catalyst facility is not a Band-Aid. It is not sweeping people under the rug. It is addressing their permanent long-term problems so that they can be permanently housed.
We do not believe that any human being should eat, sleep, or go to the bathroom outdoors. We're better than that as a community. We're better than that as a county, as a state, as a country. We can be better than that, and today we are being better than that.
Up to 10 Camp Hope residents will move into private rooms by the end of this week. Eventually, Catalyst will be home to 120 people from the camp, including couples. The facility will include case management, employment, and behavioral health services. Only residents will be allowed in the building. A 9-person safety team with 24-hour coverage will be on site.
Protesters gathered outside the Catalyst housing. They want those state leaders to know they are not happy about new housing for the homeless that's coming to the West Hills neighborhood. They say they're worried about how the impact will have on their neighborhood.
I'm worried about the crime and the drugs. These people, I fear, aren't going to have a lot of real incentive to get sober, and it's just going to reinforce their criminal behavior.
Kendra Allen Grant has been homeless before and is also newly sober. She lives nearby the Catalyst housing in a sober house. She says she's worried about the negative impact this new housing will have on others trying to get out of homelessness and to stay off of drugs.
A Whitman County Sheriff's deputy is back home and recovering. He was pinned between 2 cars while trying to help a driver who slid off the road. This is Corey Alcantar. The Whitman County Sheriff says he was not working on November 30th when he stopped to help. Another car lost control in bad weather and slid into him, crushing his leg. After visiting 2 different hospitals, Deputy Alcantar is now back home. He has another surgery in a few weeks. The sheriff's office says he will likely be off for several months, but is expected to recover.
NASA's Orion spacecraft is headed back to Earth after a 2-week trip around the moon, capturing some of these stunning images. The unmanned Orion carried test dummies and passed within about 80 miles of the lunar surface. Orion is part of a series of missions aimed at returning astronauts to the moon for the first time since 1972. It's expected to splash down in the Pacific Ocean off of the California coast this weekend. Pretty spectacular images for sure. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:37.
Mark is talking about fog and some slick roads for some folks.
Yeah, freezing roadways, those untreated roadways. The de-icer does a pretty good job on this, but boy, there's a lot of roads that don't have it. So as you head west on I-90 and Highway 2, be on the lookout. We're going to have more on your full forecast coming up.
And there's new guidance for what to do if you get COVID. The science behind the changing quarantine rules when Good Morning Northwest continues.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Danzas de Vida, Dancing with Life, Mexican Mask Exhibition at the MAC. See a selection of over 50 traditional and contemporary dance masks with dance regalia and videos of the artists, dancers, and performances going on now.
Under the threat of fire or break it, be protected by the safe more locksmiths recommend American Security. American Security's custom door organizer comes standard on all models of the SF. Store valuable jewelry, coins, art, bank, and identity documents too. If it's gotta be safe, it's gotta be American Security.
Available at Safe and Vault Store in the Spokane Valley.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXOY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
This is how I like to cook. Someone else cooks it for me. Well, this is so easy, Brooke.
She says Brooke don't cook, but even Brooke Shields can pull off this soup.
I just love this.
Next, Rachel.
Watch Rachel today at 3 and 4 News Now at 5.
Okay, let's start with some clouds, some mountains over there, and finally a river. Hey, Dad, look.
Looks like the perfect spot.
A
American Family Insurance is here to protect your family on the road with the Travel Peace of Mind package. Get a quote or find an agent at amfam.com. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance.
It's official. So many people are winning thousands of dollars every day at the Kootenai Casino that we're calling it the Winter of Winning. With Plinko money up for grabs in December and Kootenai Falls Lodge rooms at just $79 weekdays or $99 on weekends, you have better than a snowball's chance for fun. Be part of our Winter of Winning. And book your December getaway by calling 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
American Impressionism, Treasures from the Daywood Collection, a very American take on French Impressionism by some of our country's most celebrated artists of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Now at the MAC.
It's now 6:40. COVID-19 quarantine recommendations have changed during the course of the pandemic, but there's actually science involved in figuring out how long you should stay away from others after you may have been exposed. Originally, we were all supposed to quarantine for at least 14 days if exposed to COVID-19. Now the CDC is recommending that you wear a mask for 10 days and watch out for symptoms such as fever, cough, or shortness of breath. On day 6, try to get tested even if you don't feel sick. The reason for all these changes may be the incubation period, the time between being exposed and when you start to feel symptoms or test positive. With the Omicron variant, people usually know they're sick just a few days after being exposed. As variants may continue to emerge, it's important to check in with the CDC and your local health department for the most up-to-date guidance. The upcoming defense authorization bill is likely to end the COVID vaccine mandate, according to a source familiar with negotiations. Republicans have been lobbying to kill the mandate, saying it has discouraged people from going into military academies and removed people from service who didn't follow the requirement. The White House says it still supports the mandate, but is aware of the need for bipartisan support for the annual spending bill in Congress.
Your 10-second takeaway on this Tuesday morning, it's that patchy freezing fog, that freezing drizzle that we have currently in downtown Spokane. So your winter gear, watch out for icy surfaces, and 29 will be our high today.
Well, the U.S. Secret Service says hackers linked to the Chinese government stole at least $20 million in COVID relief funds. The hackers raided unemployment insurance funds and Small Business Administration loan money in more than a dozen U.S. states. The Secret Service blames the theft on APT-41, a well-known group that has allegedly schemed on behalf of Beijing for years. It is unclear if this operation was for self-enrichment or for the Chinese government. Since 2020, the Secret Service has recovered more than $1.4 billion of pandemic relief funds stolen from various bad actors.
Our time is now 6:42.
All right, Esther Bauer is live with some sustainable gift ideas this morning.
Well, this little puck will wash your hair and you don't have to throw anything away. Coming up, we'll show you fun holiday stocking stuffers with sustainability in mind.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Happy Take and Bake Tuesday!
Every Tuesday at Papa Murphy's, you can get any large pizza for just $12, which makes Tuesday the best day to bring home all your favorites.
We might have too many favorites.
Order now at papamurphys.com.
The police chief who talked her way out of a ticket.
I'm the police chief.
Wait till you see what happened when she was pulled over in a golf cart.
I'm hoping that you'll just let us go.
Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
The big New Year's Eve party is at Chihuahua Casino with 3 sets of cash drawings. Play your favorite games to earn your entries for your chance to win your share of over $15,000 in cash prizes. And every Saturday, you could earn bonus entries just by playing with your Sun Club card. Party, play, and win on December 31st during our 3 sets of drawings. Dance in the new year with cash prizes at Chihuahua Casino. Learn more at ChihuahuaCasino.com.
The floor covering heroes at Carpet Barn are here to save you from dull, boring floors. Carpet Barn has LVP on sale for only $1.99 a foot. Plus, you can choose from 3 colors to freshen up the look of any room in the house. LVP is waterproof, pet-proof, and kid-proof. That's a great value. Right now, LVP is only $1.99 a foot. Special financing is available with this offer. See all our special offers at both Carpet Barn locations. Don't miss the $1.99 sale at Carpet Barn.
of the holidays at River Park Square.
Here, have a Triscuit.
Bring on the zest with fire-roasted tomato and olive oil. Bring it with Triscuit.
Papa Murphy's presents How to Change the Way You Pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Order the limited time Hog Heaven pizza for just $12.99 at papamurphys.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by UFCW.
It's now 7:15. If you are shopping for gifts, the local business is putting a sustainable spin on holiday shopping.
Spokane Refillery is reimagining how we use everyday items with the environment in mind. Esther Bauer is live at that downtown shop this morning with how it works and some ideas for the holidays.
Yes, good morning, guys. Well, I think in these 2 hours, we are slowly making it through everyone on our list. This is a small shop, but there is a lot in here, and we're going to keep on trucking along on our holiday list. So Hannah here owns the shop, and show us if you have that person in your life who loves bubble baths, bath bombs, some sustainable options.
Okay. So we have Bubble Bath made by Beautiful Bath Bombs in Northtown Mall. We have shampoo and conditioner bars, bath bombs. We have pet shampoo, which is awesome.
Cannot forget about furry friends.
Goat milk soap, which is just amazing for everyone, and lotion bars.
And then this is a razor?
Yep,
reusable.
It's a reusable razor.
How does that work?
It's a safety razor. It's like what your grandpa would have used way back in the day. You just replace the blades.
Okay, awesome. And so we showed earlier this whole wall has the refill jugs. You would bring in a container and fill up the bubble bath here.
Yep.
Okay, and I have to give a special shout out for this puck. It is honey almond, and my nose has been glued to it. I think I have to buy it because I had my nose on it so much. But the stuff smells so good, and this bar, it'll just run out, and you don't have to throw away your packaging.
Yep, it is good for 50 to 75 washes.
That's amazing. Well, the stuff smells amazing. Perfect stocking stuffers. We have a ton of information about Hannah's shop, Spokane Refillery, up on KXLY.com. And again, checking off that Christmas list. Guys, Christmas is closer than I think a lot of us think.
And it is at First and Madison, if you're wondering. First and Madison, downtown Spokane.
Hey, want to mention, we've been talking about some kind of slick roadways out there. We've got 3 school districts operating on a 2-hour delay today. They're all in Grant County. Moses Lake, Warden, and Royal all opening 2 hours late today.
Yeah, and if we get any more in, we will let you know. And you can always check our website for the latest. Okay, so Mark, what are our passes looking like?
The passes are actually in pretty good shape. Stevens Pass, wintertime, always a little dicey. Snow-packed and icy, traction tires required. But you do have pretty good conditions on Snoqualmie, 4th of July, and Lookout is looking pretty good. But you get east of Kellogg, and you're seeing some dense fog around I-90, so take it easy. 29 degrees for the high today. Freezing drizzle and fog throughout the day with some gusty winds later on this afternoon. We'll clear us out. It'll clear and calm overnight down to 22. More dense fog potential for Wednesday morning. All right, so we look at the radar, and this is the forecast radar, and it's showing this just moving around but staying steady over Coeur d'Alene and Spokane and I-90 as you head down. So if you're heading to EWU, if you're heading over to Ritzville, we have reports of icy roads in Ritzville because of the mist. Take it easy. Right now we're sitting at 23 degrees, Moses Lake at 25. So anything falling with those road temperatures is freezing onto the untreated roads and those bridge decks. We'll continue to see, again, it's not a clear sky. No, we have the low cloud deck, but if you get to 15, 20,000 feet, we're not going to see a lot there. It's going to start building in, and this is going to be for Thursday afternoon that we'll see a load in, and that's going to be 1 to 4 inches of snow. That will then push out into the northern Rockies. We'll have scattered showers behind that, and those are going to be mountain showers through the weekend. Our highs today are going to be into our area, looking at around 30 degrees. Coeur d'Alene 31 will be officially 29, 27 into Deer Park. So it's going to be right in there around freezing. We'll see temperatures at around freezing towards the end of the week, but that's going to be that freeze-thaw cycle, and we're going to see that more so downtown Spokane again and in the lower elevations. But that freezing fog for Wednesday, 31, 32 Thursday, Friday, Saturday, with increased snow showers Saturday, Sunday, and into Monday, with high Sunday, Monday around 30 degrees. So this is a winter-like forecast. I know it's late fall, but it's been winter for weeks. So that's what, you know, people go, why do you call it, winter? It is.
It is the meteorological winter. As of December 1st, right?
Winter weather.
It is winter weather during a late fall.
Indeed.
We had
All right, 10 minutes before the hour right now.
All right, your morning sprint is coming up next. Don't go away.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Falco's.
Are you looking for a credit card with rewards? The new P1FCU Premier Rewards MasterCard is here, just in time for the holiday season. Take advantage of 0% on new purchases for 6 months. Plus, get a 1.5% unlimited cash back on purchases. No points to count, special rules, or limits. It's simple, so go on. Reward yourself with the Premier Rewards MasterCard from P1FCU. Apply online at p1fcu.org/rewards.
For over 25 years, Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been your choice for the best in floor covering for your home or business. Flooring choices can be overwhelming. At Fairway Floor, our professional design staff simplifies the process by working with you to make your dream a reality. From remodels to new construction, let Fairway Floor help you dream it, design it, live it. Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet, North Idaho's premier flooring store. Come in and see it for yourself.
Every winter, Spokane remembers why Ford trucks and SUVs are needed.
Traction in the snow.
Power for the road. And fun off the road.
And when you think these things, you think Wendell Ford. Escape, Explorer, Expedition.
And don't forget about the F-150. Many cars include factory rebates and financing as low as 0.9% for 36 months. Put getting stuck in the snow in your rear view mirror.
Swing by Wendell Ford at the Y on North Division and drive for generations.
Oh, hey, Drew, you're back.
Can Mark come down and make a Northern Quest commercial?
Well, we were just getting ready to go to Maslow's for breakfast, so...
Please, honey.
Well, what am I supposed to do while you're making this commercial?
We'll need extras.
Extras?
It's easy. You just hang out in a fuzzy background while we say hilarious stuff.
Was that an example?
Pure Filtration Products is your Inland Northwest indoor air quality specialist. With a 12,000 square foot warehouse of filters, you are sure to find what you need for your commercial, industrial, or manufacturing needs.
I recommend working with PFP because they have the product that I need.
PFP's high quality products can assist in eliminating airborne contaminants. PFP can size UV light to your system to disinfect the air to keep it clean and safe.
I recommend PFP because of their service, the quality of their product, and I'll keep coming back.
Call or come in and talk to one of our certified air filtration specialists.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
6:53 on the nose. Let's get you up to speed on your Tuesday here in the morning sprint.
Esther Bauer live this morning at Spokane Refillery with sustainable gift-giving ideas.
Sydney Charles with details on what new information police are looking for in the Moscow murder investigation.
But a winter weather advisory in effect right now. We want to get right to Mark.
All right, good morning, everybody. In our first alert weather, it's the fog, low clouds, and that mist that's freezing to some of those roadways that has us under that winter weather advisory. And we're going to see that continue mainly west and south of us as you head out. Looking at the Doppler radar, picking up again a little light precipitation in around these low clouds. Our high today is going to be 29 degrees, but we will break out of the fog finally about 11 o'clock, but it'll return tonight.
And a call for help from Moscow police again. Detectives are specifically asking for information about what Ethan Chapin and Xana Kornoto were doing the night of the murders. Ethan and Xana are believed to have started their night at the Sigma Chi fraternity house around 9 p.m. and later arrived at the house at 1:45 a.m. But police continue to investigate what occurred during that time frame. It remains unclear when they left the fraternity, what direction they took to get home, and if anything suspicious transpired at that party. And detectives continue to investigate
investigate reports of Kaylee having a stalker. Law enforcement identified an incident in which 2 men were seen inside a Moscow business. These men parted ways, and one man followed Kaylee as she entered the business. As Kaylee left the establishment, the man followed her but turned away as she made her way to her car. The man did not appear to make any contact with her.
The Bonner County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help finding 17-year-old Odessa Harris. She is said to be driving an older blue and gray Chevy pickup pictured here. Odessa is 5'7", 140 pounds with brown eyes and brown hair. She was last seen leaving a residence in Priest River, and with information is asked to call Bonner County Dispatch.
New on Good Morning Northwest. This morning, Spokane City Council voted to pass a fair meal delivery ordinance in order to help local businesses compete on food delivery platforms. The ordinance requires those platforms to offer local restaurants a 15% commission option. The ordinance is modeled after similar legislation in Seattle and Minneapolis.
Today is the nation's final Senate race. Right now, Raphael Warnock and Herschel Walker are going head-to-head once more after a midterm dead heat. Though Democrats already hold a Senate majority, both parties are still calling Georgia a must-win. Record-breaking early turnout in Georgia suggests voters are energized. More than 1.8 million voters have already casted their ballots.
As a majority of the U.S. is experiencing high levels of respiratory viruses, certain over-the-counter children's painkillers and fever reducers are becoming harder to find. Drug maker Johnson & Johnson said in a statement it's experiencing high demand and running production sites 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to maximize production capacity. The short supply comes as an urgent call is being made for federal health officials to help strained hospitals deal with the rise in children's respiratory illnesses.
We're live at the Spokane Refillery this morning in downtown Spokane. The shop is all about sustainable options to live a greener life. So you can bring in any size jug, really anything, and you can fill it up with soaps, hand sanitizer, dishwash, things we all need, and then you don't have to throw away that jug. Also a great spot for stocking stuffers. We're talking about these really creative soy candles. They smell amazing. And again, you can bring these in once they burn out and you can fill it up with new fresh wax. These are just some of the options here at the Spokane Refillery. We have more info up on KXLY.com.
A vote that would have established a new protection program for renters and landlords in Spokane was deferred to January. The program would change how landlords do background and credit checks. Supporters say the program would make the rental application easier with a universal background and credit check. Landlords could still use their own checks, but tenants would not have to pay for them.
Catholic Charities Catalyst Housing opened its doors to the public yesterday. City and state leaders hope it's the start to closing down Camp Hope. Governor Inslee was in town for a visit and tour the facility. He says this is exactly what Washington needs, a step toward ending the homeless crisis. Up to 10 Camp Hope residents will move into private homes by the end of this week. Eventually, Catalyst will be home to 120 people from the camp, including couples.
Well, this week, 4 News Now and the Salvation Army want to make sure no one in our community goes without a gift under the tree. So you can drop off a toy on Friday at any Spokane or Spokane Valley Fred Meyer store, and the Salvation Army will make sure it gets to someone in need. Gifts should not be wrapped. You can even buy them right there in the store if you like. The toy drive is happening from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Friday. All right, we will have a final check of the weather with Mark Peterson coming up right after the break. Don't go away.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
We were scrambling to figure out what are we going to do. Got phone call from Numerica. We've got funding that we're sending your way.
Thank you so much for all your support. It actually means something greatly to us.
Since 1945, Sturm Heating and Air Conditioning has been serving Spokane and surrounding communities. A lot has changed since 1945, but one thing that hasn't is our mission to nurture long-term relationships with our customers by offering quality products, flat rate pricing, and industry-leading workmanship. And with our 24/7 service, we will get to you anytime, anywhere. Call for a quote today and see for yourself why Sturm is Spokane's first choice for heating and cooling. Or visit sturmheating.com.
A 4 News Now Weather Alert Day.
Because of the high impact that this snow is going to have.
29 school delays and closures already.
Trust 4 News Now to keep you safe on air, online, and on the app. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
A very good Tuesday morning, taking a live look down at, the stadium construction site right off Boone Avenue. You can see the snow, you can see the fog. We see mist in downtown that's now freezing to some of those surfaces, say, you know, the metal railings and such. So that's also onto some of those stairwells that you're going to be walking on. Take it easy. 29 will be our high today. More patchy freezing fog tomorrow morning with an overnight low of 22, warming to 31 on Wednesday. Thursday, 1 to 4 inches of snow. We'll dial that in a little deeper tomorrow. And then Friday looks to be cloudy and 32.
All right, Mark, thank you so much. Be careful out there on those roads.
Indeed. And we will see it throughout Good Morning America. It starts right now.